Ja, als ich dieses Bild gesehen habe von diesem Hymer MLT 580, wo da auf der Seite liegt, irgendwo in der spanischen Wüste, dann ist mir wirklich das Herz fast stehen geblieben. Sieht schon echt krass aus, wie der auf der Seite liegt. Und ja, ich bin jetzt da sehr gespannt, was da passiert ist. Und wir gehen direkt mal rein ins Video.
We then stopped to take a walk, helped a guy change a wheel on his tyre of his car, and then we proceeded onwards and were met with this incline. We took it really slow and we were in four-wheel drive. We proceeded up. You're going to see a big rock on the right-hand side in a minute. That's going to come back to haunt us. There it is, just coming into view. But we proceeded around the corner nice and steadily. And as we got to this point, we could see that there were some ruts in the road, and there were basically three tracks we could take: outside, inside and middle. Now, due to the sheer drop on the left-hand side, we chose the inside tracks and again proceeded really carefully around the corner, only to find out that the inside tracks then ran out. We slipped into the ruts and our diff grounded. Now, we've got no underbody armour. We felt a little bit out of our depth at this point. So we tried to get back onto the tracks, couldn't do it, and at that point looked at each other and said, do you know what, we don't want to cause any further damage, let's retreat, go back down the hill, we'll turn around and we'll go back the other way. So Paul then started reversing the van nice and slowly around the corner, again super conscious of that drop on the left hand side there, and we started making our way back down. It's going to take a little bit of time to catch up here, but it started off well. We were going okay, but as we got around the corner, the wheels locked, the van started skidding, and I guess that's where our inexperience kicked in a little bit. We fucked it up, skidded down, and that rock that was on the side that I said would come back to haunt us, the front right tyre mounted that, and that's what flipped the van over. So we're in control at this point. And then you can just see we're starting to skid, we're skidding, Paul's worried about the drop on the left. Obviously the natural thing to do is to head towards the right hand side, and then that rock's going to catch us out. There we go, we're skidding there, we're losing control a bit, and then it all happens so fast. So absolutely driver error. There we go, hit that rock, over we go, and it literally was as slow as that. Complete driver error on our part and inexperience. The motorhome did drive up after the incident, as did two others that were waiting to go up there and a car, so it's absolutely on us.
Boah, das ist ja echt schrecklich gewesen, diese Situation. Also die haben noch vor dieser Situation haben sie einem Auto geholfen, einen Reifen zu wechseln, und dann kamen sie in diese Situation. Also das ist schon krass. Also sie sind da raufgefahren, man hat gesehen, die Straße ist sehr, sehr ausgewaschen gewesen, und er hat die innere Spur genommen, dort war ein Stein, und dieser Stein sehen wir nachher auch im Video. Den haben sie beim Rückwärtsrutschen, weil er nicht mehr vorwärts kam, haben sie den vorne rechts touchiert, und das hat dazu gebracht, dass das ganze Wohnmobil gekippt ist. Sie hatten echt Schwein, dass sie da nicht irgendwie noch weiter gekippt sind oder irgendwo den Abgrund hinunter gerollt sind. Das wäre ja der Worst Case gewesen. Also, boah, ganz, ganz schlimme Sache. Gott sei Dank ist ihnen beiden nichts passiert. Wir sind wohlauf, und sie zeigen uns jetzt noch die Rettung vom Mercedes Sprinter Wohnmobil. Also das schauen wir jetzt uns auch noch mal schnell an.
So here's a little map to kind of explain situationally what happened. So we started here in Villanueva de la Torres, which is a little village, and we picked up this dirt track because driving through the Gorafe Desert is the thing to do. And we followed it all the way along until we had our incident about here. We're now in Gorafe, which is here. So we had to get picked up yesterday and drive all the way, or this way, from here. So you can see The accident happened right in the middle. So the van's still here, and as we left it, which is a really good thing, we're just going to now try and empty anything that's going to smash around inside once they try to right it, and also to try and empty the water tanks, although the drain pipe to the water tanks are in the air, but we've got a shower in the back, so we're hoping to try and clamber up and use the shower to empty the fresh water tanks. There's not much in the drainage, so hopefully that'll be okay.
So if I can...
How many what
liters? 50.
So the garage is empty. We've took as much water out as we possibly can. Now the inside looks like a hurricane's gone through the van. So we're just trying to take all the doors that have fallen off and tins of baked beans and anything heavy that's just going to cause further damage. The guys are in there doing that now, but we've got to be so careful not to walk on in the superstructure and damage it any further. But how goes it?
Yeah, we're okay. We've got some fairly fundamental woodwork to be done. It will be okay. It's nothing that we can't fix.
So that's most of the items out. That's my fridge door, which has fallen off. There's a cupboard door in the van, but we've got all the gloopy food off, everything heavy. You see the woods come away there. Okay, the digger's arrived, and I think the plan's to try and excavate next to it. So he dug out the side, excavated that ground, took the digger all the way around the back. Now we need to lift the rear of it on the rear axle and try and move it out again. So tiny steps, but we're definitely getting there. So this is the slope we attempted to go up. It looked a bit hairy on the corner, so we decided to opt out. But as we were heading down, we caught that rock and it flipped the vehicle over. Now, as we were reversing down, the weight of the vehicle just took away. We had the brakes on, but the wheels were just skidding down. So literally completely out of our control. Okay, so they've excavated out and they've moved it now over as far as they possibly can, which has given us enough room to turn it over. That's now the hard bit, I think. So we're just at the point now where they're ready to try and tilt it up, but when he placed the digger in position, it was a bit too close to the van hitting when it righted itself, so he's having to dig a bit of a hole so he can recess himself backwards. So we're just waiting for that to happen, and then hopefully get her back on her feet. Dig in, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Llega soy al coche tranquilamente, ¿sabes? Y ya está.
this bit we need to try and solve.
Going to have to go in from the very bottom. But... So we've got her upright, left her sit for a little while. The engines are running, and he's just trying to move her off from where she is. We said that we didn't want to drive her where the incident happened. He seemed to think it was okay, so off he goes. So David's just driven her up on the gravel track, which is good all the way to Gorafe. It was just that S-bend that kind of is catching everybody out, sadly. But the engine started, the oil seems okay. We're just going to leave her here for 20 minutes or so, let it all settle, and then we'll drive to Gorafe, empty everything out of her, and see what the damage is like inside and outside. But what a day. I'm so relieved she's on her wheels. That was a massive, massive obstacle to overcome, and the guys did an amazing job.
It's only the beds haven't moved, so the beds are still sleepable in.
That's one way to get over an accident. Just drive on a gravel path for another 20 kilometres with a sheer drop by the side. So we're just unscrewing all the fittings for the wall here to see if we can't try and push this back in. I'm never having spaghetti in my motorhome ever again. It's literally everywhere. Okay, so cleanup's going well. It's not clean, but I've made the bed just to put everything in its rightful home. Hung my clothes up in the wardrobe with no door. Still finding spaghetti. We've managed to get this unit back against the wall and held by some more screws. There's obviously a bit more damage to sort out tomorrow, but it's getting dark and we're struggling to see, and we've still got quite a lot of stuff outside. And here's the entire operation in time-lapse form, which looks much quicker than it actually was. Took about 4 hours of hard work to get her back on her 4 wheels again. But we are so proud to all the guys and their efforts for doing that today. We had been absolutely stuck without them. It was a really hard watch, being helpless, watching it all unfold, but we got there. We absolutely got there. And tomorrow's a new day.
Ja, und das Ganze ist in der Gorafe Wüste passiert, in Andalusien, Spanien. Da gibt es extra so Offroad-Tracks, wo man da in dieser Wüste, in diesem Nationalpark fahren kann, und die hatten einfach jetzt Pech. Und ja, Gott sei Dank ist alles dann glimpflich verlaufen, also auch wenn man Offroad fährt, immer langsam. Gut, das haben sie ja auch gemacht, sie sind langsam gefahren, aber ich glaube, diese MLTs 580er, die haben gar keine Untersetzung, die haben nur Allrad, und ich denke mal, mit Untersetzung wäre er dort weitergekommen, weil man sieht am Anfang vom Video, wie er rauffährt und dann versucht, Gas zu geben, oder er gibt Gas und dann drehen einfach die Räder durch und er rutscht nach hinten. Also ich denke mal, mit Untersetzung wäre man dort vielleicht weitergekommen. Schreibt's mal in die Kommentare, wie ihr das seht. Ja, danke, dass ihr dabei gewesen seid bei diesem krassen Video. Das habe ich jetzt auch noch nie so gesehen. Gott sei Dank, wirklich ist ihnen nichts passiert, und es ist so halbwegs glimpflich, ja, von dannen gegangen. Okay, danke, ciao, ciao, tschüss, bis zum nächsten Video. Tschüss.